How small these beds are.
We were so little.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what is up? We are back at Tell Me Why Wednesday, and we left off at getting the Book of Goblins from our bedroom.
I never really asked for a TV. She'd just bring home a big stack of books.
I think she did us a favor with that one.
You may not agree when we start digging into the HBO back catalog.
We'll see.
We need to go to Marianne's bedroom now to continue the story. But before we do that, I am going to explore a little bit more in this bedroom because I did not get everything.
Ugh. Some of our old toys give me the creeps.
Yeah, I think that's supposed to be a dragon. Oh, and I can go back to the Book of Goblin if I wanted to by pressing tab. So let's do another. I did this one the last time, so let's do this one. The Bear and the Princess. Once upon a time, in the ancient and deep forest, the old bear stood on the bank of the river, swiping at salmon on their way to the spawning grounds. Just as he'd got his paw on a particularly fat one, he heard a woman shouting for help. He considered simply eating his salmon, but then she screamed again, and he lumbered over to investigate. After a short walk, he found the princess clinging to the top of the tree, while a wolf snarled and snapped at the base of the tree. Old Bear would normally not get in the middle of such a situation. After all, as a fellow predator, he understood the wolf's need to hunt. But when he saw the princess, he was struck by her beauty, and he knew he had to help. With a great roar, the bear heaved onto his hind legs, rising to his full height. The wolf snapped and snarled in his direction, but the bear roared again, and the wolf took off into the trees, tail between his legs. The old bear fell back down onto all fours and stared up at the princess. She regarded him fearfully. You can come down, he said. How do I know you didn't save me just so you could eat me yourself? Asked the princess. I suppose this is a fair question, admitted the old bear, but I promise I won't eat you. The princess had no reason to trust the old bear, except that he had kind eyes, and so she slowly made her way down the tree. When she reached the ground, the bear only watched her, and so she supposed she was not going to be eaten today. Thank you, she told the old bear. Of course, he said. Can I walk with you back to your home? Of course, said the princess. And so the princess and the old bear walked together through the forest, back to the big wooden house. After that day, the princess would occasionally find gifts from the bear, a fresh-caught salmon, a handful of ripe berries, a newly bloomed bluebell. One spring, when a sudden thaw flooded the path out of the princess's home, the old bear was there, and she rode his back across the river. The old bear began to think that the princess should be his mate. After all, she had no mate, and she needed one, and he could keep her warm and provide her a much more suitable den, and catch fish for her and protect her from wolves. She, in return, would brush out his fur and pick berries without smushing half of them. That makes sense. And scratch that one part of his back he couldn't reach. And with how she took care of the goblins, she would be an excellent mother for his cubs. Lord, oh Lord. One day, the old bear came with a ring of spruce and asked the princess to be his bride. I'm sorry, said the princess. You are a very good friend, and I appreciate all you've done for me, but I cannot marry you. You are a bear, I'm a princess. It would never work. The old bear was crushed. Can we still be friends? He asked. We will always be friends, said the princess, but I will never marry you. The old bear and the princess carried on their friendship, and after 1 year he tried again to ask her to be his bride, but once again she refused. This happened 1 year later, and 1 year after that, and then finally the princess said, Old bear, you are my dear friend, and I appreciate all you have done for me, but I would sooner you have left me to the wolves than marry you. And that is how it will always be. I have my hands full with the 2 goblins who live under my house, and they are all I need. That wounded the old bear deeply, but it was finally enough to stop his proposals. They remained friends, and he continued to give her gifts of fresh salmon and ripe berries and newly bloomed bluebells. But the old bear never again asked the princess to be his bride, much as he might have wanted to. And that is how the princess befriended the old bear and how she refused him. I feel sorry for the bear. But I understand the princess's side too. Damn. We got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 stories? 20 stories total? Oh my god. Alright. So that's the story for today. Apparently my character is bored because I was reading. Alright, let's get going. Oh.
When the Ice King finally caught the hag, his furious voice could be heard throughout the forest. For your wickedness, you will be eternally bound to the lake. What? No way. Quiet, let me finish. You will no longer be allowed to leave. Not even under a full moon. The moon hag was imprisoned in the lake, and she never again tried to escape. And then the title. What do you think? Not bad, right? I guess that's okay. But I would have changed the end. What? No way!
Ice King. I totally forgot about him.
That's because it was dangerous to mention his name. He was too powerful.
Is that part of the book? Is there a... The beaver fixes the house, the princess's party, the goblins and the ice cave, the princess and the 2 thieves, the princess makes new friends, the bear's big paws, the moon hag loses her name, the goblin tricks the mad hunter, the pelican helps her friends, the goblins... I can't read what that says. The big frog is punished, the goblins save the old beaver, the goblins Oh. I'm assuming they were reading this one. We haven't quite gotten to that one just yet. Okay, so we're going to Mary Ann's bedroom now?
Hold up.
What?
Remember this?
Unfortunately.
You must solve my riddle to earn the right to enter the princess's sanctum.
Nothing a good hard shove won't take care of.
I mean, yes, we could brute force it, but it might be kind of fun to finally solve it, right?
We have different definitions of the word fun.
Okay, well, if we break it, we're just gonna have to fix it for the sale. So let's at least try not to. You have the Book of Goblins?
Yeah.
Yep.
The
Hand it over.
frog, the bear, or the frog, the princess, the bear?
What are you looking for?
The image on the door. It's making me think of a story from the book. One that Marianne wrote.
You have a way better memory than me.
Which one did she write?
Well, the Book of Goblins was my creation.
And you'll never let anyone forget it.
Which one did she write?
Here it is. The one about the princess's party.
So the next one that I didn't read.
Give it a read. I think the symbols may represent something in the story.
First ghost memories, now storybook puzzles. What a weird day.
What a weird
Alright,
childhood.
So
Touché.
the princess. Was it? She said the princess's party? Alright, let's read it. The princess's party. Once upon a time, in a deep and ancient forest, the princess was melancholy because it was the 1 year anniversary of when she had run away from home. Sensing her sadness, her forest friends showed up at her door. They were headed by the pelican, pious and attentive, and organized by the moose, stalwart and farsighted. The old bear was there with his claws so sharp, as well as the big frog, prattling away. Even the hotly muskrat, who mostly came out at night, had come. The bear invited her to ride on his back, promising no wolf would harry her path. And then the animals led her to a fairy glen, where a fabulous party had been prepared. There was a buffet of seafood the pelican had served from her never-emptying beak. That's kind of gross. The air was filled with winking fairy lights the moose had arranged after clouds filled the sky. And the gregarious frog mixed up busy drinks. Only the muskrat had done nothing in particular, mooching off everyone else's hard work. Okay. The princess had a very good time at her party. Such a good time that she forgot to say thank you to any of her friends. Noticing this, the fairies devised a bit of mischief. When the princess went to open her gifts, she found 3 identical boxes at the edge of the glen. Puzzled, she turned back and gasped. The entire party had vanished. Because you have taken your friends for granted, called the naughty fairies. We have hidden them from you, but we like games. Guess who has given you each of their presents, and you'll get your friends back. The princess opened the first box. Inside there was a torch, which, when lit, revealed the truth. Said the princess. Someone wants to make sure I don't get lost in the woods when it's dark, and that I always see right from wrong. Which one of my friends would give me a gift like that? Someone wants to make sure I don't get lost in the woods when it's dark, and that I always see right from wrong. Which of my friends would give me a gift like that? Wouldn't that be the bear? Or would that be the frog? She opened the second box. Inside there was a magic sword, which would leap right out of the bearer's hand to divide them. Said the princess. Someone wants to make sure I am protected if I'm ever under threat. Which of my friends would give me a gift like that? That would be the bear. The bear is very protective. She opened the third box. Inside there was a bag of coins that always provided money if it was for something the bearer truly needed. Said the princess. Someone wants to make sure I have money to buy food when I am hungry and clothes when I'm cold. Which of my friends would give me a gift like that? This is not helping me! The princess thought about her friends and then she smiled serenely. Fairies, she said. I may have been thoughtless, but I appreciate all that my friends have given to me and all that they have done for me. She gave her answers, and the vexed fairies were forced to restore the party in a flash of colorful light. One by one she gave the animals a hug and thanked them for their presence, the party, and all they had done to help since she'd moved into the forest. And that is how the princess celebrated her first anniversary. What am I missing? Oh, there's... Okay, I'm missing this. I didn't... The bear fixes the house. Or the beaver? The frog, the bear, the beaver. The frog is who helped her. The frog helped her find a house. The bear gives her food. I didn't read this one. Let me read this one. Oh. Didn't mean to do that. The beaver fixes the house. Once upon a time, in an ancient and deep forest, there lived a wise princess in a big wooden house. One night, a particularly violent storm shook the house. It shook the shingles on the roof and the planks in the walls. It even shook the beams on which the house stood, blowing the whole thing near to the ground. The princess hid in a closet, fearing the house would come down on her as she slept. In the morning, the house was still standing, but it was badly damaged. The storm had blown shingles off the roof and planks off the walls, and even bent a post upon which the house stood. The first two things she could fix, but the last concerned her. What will I do? Despaired the wise princess. For though she knew many things, she did not know how to fix the big wooden house. Just then, the old bear came by to see if the princess had any trouble in the storm. When he found her nailing planks back into place, he said, Stop, princess. Let me do that for you. I'm happy to do it, said the princess. I'm happy to do it, said the princess, but if you want to help with the roof, you may. When the pair were done with the roof and the walls, they examined the bent support post. I could throw my body against it, said the old bear. I am very large. He stretched up onto his hind legs, being sure the princess could appreciate how very large he was, then charged straight at the post. He threw his body against it with an impressive thud. The impact moved the post, but too far, and it ended up bent the other direction. The wise princess decided more precision was needed. She thought then of the very old beaver, who kept an excellently crafted dam. Perhaps she can help. She went looking for the very old beaver and found the industrious animal hard at work slapping down mud on a part of her dam that had been blown apart in the storm. Most of the structure was unharmed because the beaver was very good at building things. The princess knew she had come to the right place. Beaver, she said, my house was damaged in the storm. Would you help me fix it? I believe I could do that, yes, said the very old beaver, and she paused at fixing her own den to follow the princess. The very old beaver examined the big wooden house and nodded. It will be an easy fix, she said, and she set about righting the post with loud slaps of her tail. When she was done, the wise princess stroked the beaver's head. Thank you, beaver, she said. The wind blew the shingles off the roof and the planks off the walls, and even bent this post. Now, thanks to you, I still have a home. Think nothing of it, said the very old beaver, who returned to work on her own den once again. That winter the very old beaver grew ill, very ill. She was not able to fix her den, nor to gather food. When the princess found out, she set about delivering meals to the beaver. She brought stews of corn and beans and baskets full of bark and twigs from the beaver's favorite aspen. One day the wise princess noticed that the beaver's den had begun to fall apart. She set about fixing it, and though she was not as talented as the very old beaver, the fix kept the creature warm and dry. Thank you, said the very old beaver. Of course, said the princess. You helped me when the storm blew my house near to the ground. Thanks to you, I still have a home, and I am happy to do the same, said the princess. The princess continued to nurse the old beaver until the day she came to the dam, and the forest was still. No birds sang, no branches rustled, no small things skittered within the underbrush. Oh, said the princess, staring sadly at the dam, for she knew the old beaver had passed on. Goodbye, my friend. And that is how the very old beaver saved the big wooden house, and how the wise princess repaired her kindness. Oh, let's read, not read, but what was that? Someone wants to make sure I don't get lost in the woods when it's dark. That would be the frog. Someone wants to make sure I have money to buy food when I am hungry. That would be the bear. Wait, I missed something. Someone wants to make sure I am protected if I'm ever under threat, which that would be the bear, and then I'm hoping this is correct. The frog. The bear. I didn't even read about the moose and the goose, though. Wait, is that the beaver? Or is that the wolf? No, that's the wolf. Wait, what? I need some help.
I think I need some help.
Okay, let's think this through.
Okay. Where do we start?
The Book of Goblins. Let's read the story about the princess's party.
I've already done that. I've already done that. I feel like the third one is what's wrong.
You think you're any closer to an answer?
No.
I still need more time.
All right, but I'm here if you want to brainstorm.
You're
Okay.
not helping me because all
Where do
you're...
we start?
The Book of Goblins.
Okay. Where do we start?
The Book of Goblins. Let's read the story about the princess's party.
I've already done that 3 times. Alright, let's look through it one more time. Okay, so we have the princess. We have the pelican, the moose, the old bear, the frog, and the muskrat. The bear invited her to ride on his back. The pelican gave food. What was the first one? Someone wants to make sure I don't get lost in the woods when it's dark. That would be the frog, would it not? Someone wants to make sure I am protected if I'm ever under threat. And someone wants to make sure I have money to buy food when I am hungry. And clothes when I'm cold. So this one has to be the frog. Maybe this one's the beaver? And this one's the bear?
You think you're any closer to an answer?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Can we just go in?
I think I need some help.
Okay, let's think this through.
Okay. Where do we start?
The Book of Goblins.
I've already
Let's
done...
read the story about the princess's party.
Can we just go in? I'm done. I'm done with it. I am done with it. You're annoying. You're not helping me at all.
Okay. Where do we start?
The Book of Goblins. Let's read the story about the princess's party.
Alright guys, I am gonna leave it there for now. When you watch this, leave your answers down below on what you think the correct combination is. And I will catch you guys next time. Write the word Hades in a comment down below to get yourself entered into the $25 gift card drawing. Bye!